the heart of the fighting world where warriors are forged and legends are born, there exists a realm where only the boldest dare to step foot. Among them, one name stands tall, a beast in the cage, a master of combat. However, behind all the success and fame is a story of hard work, sacrifice, blood, and sweat. This is the story of Gegard the Dreamcatcher Mousasi. In Tehran, the capital of Iran, Mousasi was born on August 1, 1985 to his ethnic Armenian parents during the fierce Iran-Iraq War. At the age of 4, he had to move to a refugee camp because of the worsening situation in Iran. However, just over a year later, he and his family moved out of the refugee camp and went to the Netherlands. Mousasi had developed an interest in martial arts and had started training in Judo when he was only 8 years old. But it was not enough for the young fighter, as he began to train boxing too at the age of 15. Gegard shocked everyone with his talent when he showcased his skills by becoming the amateur boxing champion of the Netherlands with an incredible record of 12-1 in just 1 year. With new motivation and confidence, he wanted to get more exposure to the fighting world, which eventually led him to become a kickboxer at first and later a mixed martial arts fighter. Starting his career, Mousasi signed with Pride FC in 2006 to participate in Pride's welterweight Grand Prix. Mousasi fought Makoto Takimoto in the first round of Pride Bushido 11. Takimoto had a good start, but Mousasi eventually dominated the entire fight and beat Takimoto by a technical knockout after Takimoto broke his eye socket in the first round. Mousasi fought Akihiro Gono in the semifinals, but an armbar in the second round put him out of the fight. Following his loss, Gegard fought Hector Lombard in the Grand Prix alternate bout and won by unanimous decision. At Dream 2 Middleweight Grand Prix Round 1 in 2008, Mousasi won over BJJ black belt Dennis Kang by submission. After he won by decision over Yoon Dok-sik at Dream 4 Round 2, Mousasi moved on to Dream 6, the final round. At this event, he faced K1 legend Melvin Manhoef in the semifinals and submitted him. After that, Gegard had to face Jacare Souza, who was known as a submission specialist. But he defeated Jacare by KO with an upkick from the ground, and so he became the 2008 Dream middleweight champion. The next year, Mousasi took part in M1's Global Breakthrough event and fought his good friend and former Pride heavyweight Fedor Emelianenko, which he lost by an armbar. In 2009, Gegard said in interviews that he had gained a lot of weight after winning Dream's middleweight tournament. He was spending that prize money real good. However, Gegard said that he wouldn't cut weight, but instead he'd fight in the light heavyweight or heavyweight division. Mousasi then signed for the Dreams Openweight Grand Prix and was scheduled to face Mark Hunt in the opening round. He was really feeling himself here as he dominated and defeated Hunt in the first round of the Super Hulk Grand Prix held at Dream 9. Unfortunately, he had to cancel the fight, which was planned for Dream 11 because of an injury. On August 15, 2009, Mousasi defeated Renato Sobral with a knockout in the first minute of the fight to become the StrikeForce light heavyweight champion. However, the undefeated king would be stripped of his StrikeForce lightweight championship belt after losing to Muhammad Lawal by unanimous decision. Jake O'Brien was scheduled to fight Mousasi at Dream 15, but due to O'Brien's weight, the fight was changed into a catchweight fight. Mousasi won the fight with a standing guillotine choke. He eventually became the winner of the tournament by defeating Tatsuya Mizuno in the first round via rear naked choke. At StrikeForce 33, Mousasi fought against Keith Jardine, who replaced Mike Kyle because of an injury. Mousasi outstruck Jardine with 146 against 21, but the fight ended in a draw because of an illegal upkick in the first round by Mousasi. The fight earned a second place on MMAfighting.com's Robbery of the Half Year. In 2012, Gegard had surgery on his knee to fix a torn ACL. He was supposed to be fully recovered by November that year and signed for 6 more fights with the company. But since StrikeForce was no longer in business, this deal was no longer valid. After 3 canceled fights, Mousasi finally faced Mike Kyle at StrikeForce Marquardt vs. Safadine on January 12, 2013. He finished the fight quickly with a rear naked choke in the first round. Then, one of the biggest turns in Mousasi's life came up. The UFC stated that he and 19 other StrikeForce fighters would be moving to the UFC. Gegard made his UFC debut in 2013 by defeating Ilir Latifi, who stepped in as a late replacement for Alexander Gustafsson. A severe knee injury then put Mousasi out for a year. Upon his return, he faced Lyoto Machida, who won by unanimous decision and earned a title shot as a result. Mousasi rebounded by defeating Mark Munoz, but then lost to Jacare Souza, which set him back in the rankings. He quickly climbed back up the rankings with wins over Dan Henderson and Costa Philippou, but an upset loss to Uriah Hall seemed to knock him out of title aspirations. However, Mousasi recovered with victories over Thales Leites, Thiago Santos, Vitor Belfort, and Uriah Hall in a rematch, with 3 victories coming by knockout. This winning streak earned him a significant fight against former champion Chris Weidman. Despite winning that bout, Mousasi remained distant from a title shot due to the stuck middleweight division, especially because of the scheduling of the Bisping GSP title fight. Because of not getting a title shot, Mousasi said on July 10, 2017, that he had signed a 6-fight deal with Bellator MMA and would be fighting for the middleweight title later that year. He also said that after becoming the Bellator middleweight champion, his next goal would be to get the light heavyweight belt as well. In October 2017, he made his Bellator 185 debut against Alexander Shlemenko, who broke Mousasi's right orbital in the first minute. Despite the injury, he continued to fight, scoring 2 takedowns and a face-cutting strike. In the third round, Shlemenko landed powerful strikes, and Mousasi's attempt to take him down failed. However, Mousasi won by unanimous decision. Gegard won the Bellator Middleweight World Championship in London, England, beating Rafael Carvalho with an impressive TKO by ground and pound, becoming the first person to win a world title in both StrikeForce and Bellator MMA. To defend his title for the first time, Gegard fought Rory MacDonald on September 29, 2018 at Bellator 206. Mousasi blocked MacDonald's attempt to take him down and hit him hard with ground and pound, winning the fight by TKO in the second round. Gegard was set to defend his second title against Rafael Lovato Jr. in the main event of Bellator 214 on January 26, 2019. On December 20, 2018, it was claimed that Mousasi couldn't fight because of a back injury. The fight finally happened on June 22, 2019 at Bellator 223. Most of the judges decided that Mousasi lost the fight and so his belt. On May 9, 2020 at Bellator 242, Mousasi would fight Douglas Lima for the vacant Bellator Middleweight World Championship. At the same time, Gegard signed a new deal with Bellator for 8 fights. The fight between Gegard and Lima was supposed to happen at Bellator 242, but it was pushed back because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Their fight was moved up to Bellator 250. Gegard won the fight, earning himself the title for the second time. Later on, August 13, 2021, at Bellator 264, Gegard defended his title for the first time against John Salter and won by TKO in the third round. Austin Vanderford was Gegard's second opponent to defend his middleweight title. The fight happened at Bellator 275 on February 25, 2022 at the 3 Arena in Dublin, Ireland. It was a TKO in the first round that gave him the win. Afterward, on June 24, 2022, at Bellator 282, Gegard tried to defend his middleweight title for the third time against Johnny Eblen, but lost by a unanimous decision. Gegard also lost his bout at Bellator 296 against Fabia Edwards on May 12, 2023. However, it's fair to say that Gegard Mousasi is one of the most complete and powerful fighters that has ever graced the world of combat sports. His high fight IQ and aggressive fighting style made him win over some of the toughest opponents in the world and made him a true legend. That wraps up the video. If you enjoyed this video, please show us your support by liking this video and subscribing to our YouTube channel with the bell notifications on so you never miss another upload on our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.